Artlist.io.
Hey. Kayla has been replaced by an imposter. Where is Kayla? What have you done with her?
This is Kia, the blonde sister of Kayla, who I've been mimicking this whole time. I don't know. Wow, today was a rush. Today was a rush on my end.
Not for your hairstylist.
Not for my hairstylist. I feel like I have a lot of hair. It's deceiving how much hair I have, which is a great thing, and I'm not complaining. But there's lots of hidden pockets that's like, oh, gotta highlight more, gotta highlight. This is only half. It was only half of what it was supposed to be. So this
really?
Yeah.
Because you're like full on blonde.
I know.
What is like a full highlight if this is
I don't know, but I only paid for half, so that's a good deal. If I do say so myself.
Kayla.
Yes.
How was California? Oh my God. Well, yeah, RK is right. Like California.
Californication. I went and I'm like, you know what? I'm becoming a blonde. Even though I made the appointment before I left. It was great. It was great. It was incredible. Apparently, it was great. No, it was really fun. It was very much a good time. It's the first time I was in Southern California. I've been to San Francisco before, but that was my first time in SoCo or SoCal, and I liked it. I thought I would. I was like, oh, I'll like it, because it's warm weather and it's, where movies are made and such. But I really liked it. Like, I thought it was fun, and it was, I don't know, the vibes were really great. And everything was so expensive, though. That was the one thing that I was like, eek.
Yeah.
Gas was like double the price of what it is here.
Oh my, double.
Yeah, it was $7.
What, they get like conquered by the
gallon.
Russians? What's going on?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't ask questions. We did get a rental car. I had to fill up once and then had to half fill up the second time. And it was like, I don't know how much it was. A lot. It was like, yeah, double what it would be here for the same car, basically. But, I get it. I totally get it why people live in LA and San Diego, because it's gorgeous looking people. There's cool animals everywhere. There's the ocean. It's like, sign me up.
Yeah. Are you
going to
be one of these influencers who like they make it and then you move to California and then you
100%.
forget where you started, you forget your grassroots
I've already
beginnings?
forgotten everyone. All of you are gone. I went to California one time, and all I can say is
unfollow me.
just quickly before she gets famous.
Yeah.
Am I the only hippie?
Am I the only Californian?
So, can you believe that Rachel left California for Texas?
Yeah, for that sweet, sweet tax break.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's pricey. Texas is much. Well, now they say Austin is the new LA, so that's why I put it in one of my captions. I'm like, I'm in the old Austin, because that's like, being an influencer in LA is no longer cool. You have to move to Austin to be a cool influencer.
Austin, really?
Yeah, that's the new hub for everything influencer. Twitch streamers. That's why I was there, by the way, also for TwitchCon. I didn't even talk about that. TwitchCon is like the big conference, 3 days of like all the big streamers and all the gamers and all the companies and stuff. They met in San Diego, so I was there as like as a participant, as well as a side, what do you call it when you're like, not a freeloader. What do you call it? You're a tag along.
What? I'm so lost. What's going on?
So TwitchCon basic is a lot about gaming, which I'm not really a huge, I mean, I play games every so often, but not to the extent that Steven plays games. And so when all the gaming stuff was being discussed and being talked about, I was just kind of like observing. But they also had a lot of stuff about streaming, so that stuff I was, clued into and interested in. But the gaming stuff, I was kind of like, I'm just here for the ride, I'm just learning as I go. I don't play much.
I played
fun. Bug Snacks.
Looked amazingly fun.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm joking that I have my credit card statement is out of control, but it is out of control. Let me not lie to you guys. That was an expensive trip.
It just happens on occasion. I didn't realize that as millennials, we have to choose between either financial stability or living a life. So,
yeah.
Sometimes you gotta sacrifice one for the other, aka every year there's like a gigantic financial crisis. So
you gotta live while you can, This is what I have to say about financial crises.
I do not give a fuck.
Well, thank you, Colleen.
Thanks, Colleen. Wait, hold on. Before we even read Colleen's comment, I have to make this statement.
There's Colleen.
That's perfect.
Nice. Love that.
And Colleen says, finally got to make it to a live chat. Biggest fan you'll ever meet. And if I could just get there's Colleen. I can officially move on and get a life. Well, you already got it before I even read it.
Oh,
damn.
Intuition, baby.
Damn. Also, I might have a get a life.
Get a life.
There you go.
Lovely.
You got a 2 for 1. Thank you, Colleen. We appreciate it. And thank you for the amount of the super chat, because it's even more than
18 stinking dollars.
So we really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, we do. So yeah, okay, Savvy's here. So
hello, Savvy. Welcome. Drama on, drama there. Wait, girl, I'm so jealous you went to TwitchCon. There was drama on, drama there. There was? The only drama I saw was someone breaking their back.
Oh shit. Okay, that's pretty dramatic. Wow.
And I did the same thing she did. Well, not the same way she did, but I did the event where she broke her back. And happy to report my back is fully intact, but unfortunately for her. I played it on my stream last night, but do you want to watch it again? Or not again. People who were there last night, but for you, you've never seen it, right?
No, I have not.
Okay, stand by. So TwitchCon had a bunch of like booths, like a conference. Like you go walk around and there's different areas and different companies. So this one company, I forget which one. I think it was Intel, maybe. I shouldn't say which one, because if it's wrong, then that makes them look bad. But basically, you could joust somebody, and this girl jousted, and she jumped, and I'll just show you. Just shut up, Kayla. Okay.
Oof, I'm afraid now. I'm afraid.
It's not graphic. It's not graphic, but she did break her back, so just FYI.
Oh.
Okay, and it says, probably the most painful thing I've seen in a while. Twitch streamer Adriana Chekchik has confirmed broken her back in 2 separate places following this jump at TwitchCon. Okay, so it's like a foam pit, but it is deceiving because it's only like this deep. And Lenovo, yeah, that's right. That's correct, I think. And it's only this deep, like a foot and a half maybe. And then you'll see in a second, she jumps up and then smacks down like very hard. And I think it's just like concrete floor.
Oh God.
So here we go. So she actually won the match. She pushes her friend off and is celebrating.
Oh my God!
Big Cinnamon needs some sense of her own.
You good?
Great victory there.
That was it.
I can't get
God. Why was this so unsafe?
Are you okay?
Yeah, so they're kind of like,
Why
are you
was
okay?
this so unsafe? This is crazy.
Yeah. You had to sign a waiver, so I don't know what legal repercussions she's got because they made sure everyone had like, signed the thing before they got up there. But someone else broke their, or I don't know if they broke it, but they hurt their elbow as well. And then I'll show you mine. Much less dramatic. I did fall off though. Hold on. There was a lot of jousting at TwitchCon. Okay, so there's Steven and I.
I saw that. That looked fun. But
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was concrete beneath you.
Yeah, it was like, so you see how my foot kind of jumps down? That's it. Like that, my feet hit the ground and the foam is just on top just to like help break your fall. But it's really not gonna, save you in any way. But I think she
Oh,
thought it was
God.
deeper, or if it was like a trampoline, you might be okay, but not
Did
on
you
the floor.
did you have to sign a waiver?
Yeah. Before
Jesus
you,
Christ, how can you get away with that? Like they're like, we're gonna make it unsafe, but no worries, everybody. We're just gonna have people sign a little waiver, and we're like covered. All good, perfect.
yeah. Yep. I don't know.
I
I
hope
mean-
that the Twitch streamer like sues them.
She probably will try, but I don't know. You sort of sign your life away with those things. Like, we are not responsible. You are accepting responsibility. This is a dangerous activity, blah, blah, blah. So,
I
Yeah.
know it sucks that they can get away with the freaking waiver.
yeah. So, but a lot of people were talking about it. Like, it did not go unnoticed. A lot of people have been on all of the TwitchCon Instagram and social, like, talking about it a lot. So, she's got a chance to maybe have some sort of traction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
And the least that, yeah. Gosh. Wow. It's such big news. I had no idea about this, by the way. I was just like, the pictures look great. She's having fun. That's great. Like that was me.
Yeah. The only other thing that happened that it was of note at TwitchCon for me was I never talked to him, but Hassan, Hassan, the streamer. He's a pretty big
Oh,
streamer.
yes, I do. I do know. He was in a chat with Andrew Tate at some point. I think that's my only
Yes.
connection.
Yes. So he's pretty famous on Twitch. He's one of the biggest streamers, if not no, he's not the biggest streamer. That's XQC is the biggest. I learned so much this weekend. XQC is the biggest streamer. Hassan is one of the biggest streamers on the platform, and he's the number one political one. But he was walking by, and I saw him, and I was like, I know this guy, and I was like, hey, and I just like lightly was like, hey, as if like he fucking knows me, which he doesn't, and he just looks back and goes, and like kept walking, and I was like, oops, that was a forgetful
Social
moment.
relationships for you.
Really,
go.
I was like, oh, he's gonna like, oh, this is, I know, hey, like, yeah, sort of unintentional. So,
Your instincts are like, I'm as big as you.
yeah,
How do you not know me?
it was more because of his H3 connection that I really know about him more too. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm guilty of being a fangirl, but also not being a fangirl, just assuming that everyone knows who I am in the world somehow, osmosisly.
Yeah, they do. I think they will. Anyway.
Yeah. Yes. Any
We will
day
let
now.
them know.
But he was nice about it. He was just like, hi. He probably thought we met at some point because I'm sure he meets a lot of people.
He's probably used to it.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
So I'm just one of the millions.
Yeah. But talking about such big famous people,
Yeah. Speaking of celebrities who know me,
Speaking
Kanye.
of celebs, another one, maybe just slightly bigger,
Teeny bit.
just teeny bit bigger. Mr. Ye, Mr. Yi.
I guess it would be yay, right? Because it's Kanye, but then it's spelled like ye.
Well, in my language, I would read that as yeah. So, perfect for me.
Okay. Perfect.
In French, we need an accent on that E. So yeah,
Yeah.
but Mr. Yeah, formerly known as Kanye West,
Got it.
basically has decided that he wants to, how once upon a time he wanted to be president and he loved everyone and because he needed their votes. And not
Yes.
anymore.
No
it's
votes.
it's over right now. We don't love Jewish people and we also don't love black people.
Cool.
So right
Looking
now
good.
it's we're gonna be left with a very small percentage of the people who can vote. Let's just
Yes.
say that.
Yikes.
Yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen if Biden just but
Kicks it.
Kanye is definitely not gonna win that one. So
Yeah. Well, you never know. Trump, has said a lot of horrible, hateful things, and look what happened to him. So, crazier things have happened. I don't think he's going to be President Kanye myself, but he was on the ballot, I believe, at some point of some election, which is sort of crazy.
yeah. Well, I don't know why he wants this. Like, he says, isn't it enough to lead a life of drugs and parties? Like, why do you want to be president and wake up at like 5 a.m. and do work and sign papers? Like,
He
what's that
doesn't.
for?
He doesn't. He wants the power of it. And I don't even know what he's thinking, if he's thinking clearly. So do you want to kind of talk about what, like, the tweet that sort of shut him down? Because he's off of Twitter. He's banned from Instagram as well, right?
Well, I will have you know that he's actually back on Twitter because
Oh.
Mr. Elon Musk has welcomed him back personally.
Oh. Wait,
Yes.
he has control now of Twitter? Does that
Well,
became official?
I don't know. I don't know. I got lost in all the news about the Twitter purchase. I didn't really understand. Did he get it? Did he not get it? Because at
Yeah.
some point he was like, "Oh, I'm totally buying this. I'm gonna revolutionize Twitter." And then he was like, actually, I don't know." So I just kind of lost track of that. I got bored in that you know lack of decisiveness from Elon. So yeah, but no, I checked personally and yeah,
He's
Mr.
back.
Ye is back on Twitter, welcomed by Elon.
Well, let's see what got him kicked off first. And then I think this is a great point that Mai brought up, or someone brought up, but I'm reading her comment, or their comment. And he has a school. Did you know that? Ye
No.
has a school. That's something we should talk about. I mean, we can look into it. It's like a charter school for children, obviously. And they have to wear like certain uniforms and they do musical things, and it's very, very secretive. So we can look into that in a second. But let's tackle the newest news first.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, so there was like a lot to do with the White Lives Matter T-shirt that he wore at Paris Fashion Week, I think.
Yes.
And he also wore this like thing. I don't know what that is. I've been looking it up online and I just couldn't figure out what that was in his mouth. But he was like a Balenciaga thing on his teeth. I'm like, why would you have diamond teeth if you're going to put some Balenciaga crap on it?
For the fashion, baby. I don't know.
I know. It's just not quite my idea of fashion. But he wore this to be controversial. And lots of people are speculating that he's becoming irrelevant.
Well, now that Kim is without him and on her own again, maybe he's worried.
Yeah. And there's Candace Owens. Yeah, I don't know what's that about. Are they dating?
And maybe
This is
that
me
would be
starting
crazy.
rumors.
Yeah, Cam's the first one to break it.
Breaking news, everybody. Candace Owens and Kanye
yay.
West. The couple nobody expected, and yet such a good match.
Yeah. I mean, okay, Candace Owens is sort of a provocateur of sorts, someone who goes out there to purposely stir up stuff, or at least to, get her point across in a viral way, I would say, my personal opinion. Whether you believe in what she says or not, I still think she has the idea to incite some emotions in people, like sort of like a Jordan Peterson at this point does as well. Like, they might have a certain political stance, but they know how to manipulate the media and to create certain narratives to get into the news more often. And so I think here, this is the perfect example of that.
Yeah, she's like a black Ben Shapiro to me.
Yes.
That's how I think of Candace. But you think she influenced him to become controversial himself?
I think he was already controversial. He said things, I remember he was on TMZ, I believe, a few years ago, where he was like, slavery was a choice, which, is a pretty crazy thing to say. And he said some other controversial things over the years. And, people, and I myself too, have sort of chalked it up to bipolar disorder. But I think now we're sort of deeper into the mental health conversation as a society. So I think the secondary conversation is, okay, we're understanding of more mental health disorders, but some of those disorders, including like the borderline personality and the dissociative one, they tend to, I don't know, people who have them or are diagnosed, even like we're talking about Gabby Hanna, like their behavior becomes confusing as how do we as people respond to it? Because is this just a symptom of having a mental illness and we should all just ignore it? Or is this a symptom of a mental illness and it's still not acceptable? Or is this a symptom of a mental illness and we should just go, whatever you say is wonderful and, we accept you?
Okay. Yeah, I did not think about his mental health illness, not a single bit throughout this whole thing. And I don't think it's because I am such a mean person and I just don't care about his mental health. I'm sure that he's got his own issues, but I have my own to care about, to be honest. But
Same.
the thing with that, I feel like it's no, I don't, I can't in like all good faith believe when people say, yes, Kanye West is bipolar and that is why he's doing these things.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but like, are we really that deluded to think that Kanye West does not have a PR team, or he does
Yeah.
not have money to hire like a social media person, or he does not already have a social media person handling his Instagram? Are we just as deluded as to think that he's just got his own Instagram and just kind of stays on it whenever and doesn't have a Finsta, and just because he's got an episode suddenly he's tweeting all the things, or like I don't believe it.
Yeah. I think that's a good
And
point.
if that's true, I'm sorry, but that's complete like dumbassery, if that's even a word. But no, I just don't think it's true. Like, most people who are famous tend to have like social media managers, they tend to have PR managers, they tend to have teams around them handling their fame.
Yeah.
And I am more inclined to believe that this is just more of a
Stunt.
strategy rather than I don't think it's just like, oh, I just was bipolar for a second and tweeted all the things and my manager was not there to take my phone away. Like, come
Yeah.
on, that's it's not realistic in my opinion to that for a man of his caliber, for a man with that kind of money, having that kind of fame,
Yeah.
living in LA where everyone knows. I don't know.
Well, I think you're right, though, to also say when you said, that's what stirs up the excitement and like the publicity again, that, when something like this happens, now we're talking about him again. And okay, now he's got some sort of launch or whatever. Like, if they're really thinking about his business, his best business at heart, or like the best interest of his business, doing this shit is probably in the best interest of his business, probably.
Yeah.
You think like, oh, he'll lose sponsorships or whatever, but he's got other means of income that, people, no matter what, and someone said in the comments, like, no matter what, he's got stands that will not go against him. So, they're going to double
think-
down and support him.
Absolutely. And I think financially, I would say that he's probably set. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I don't know what his finances would be like, but I'm pretty sure that he's made enough money that he could pretty much live his entire life without doing anything if he wanted
Yes.
to. At the same time, I know there's lots of celebrities who tend to be broke because they just are very
Spend.
loose with their money because they don't understand how to handle it and how to manage it. And he could be in that boat as well. But there is an article that I posted in Trello about he was dropped from a TV show because of this.
Oh, the episode, what is it called? The Crew or
It's the-
something?
Yeah. I'm not sure, but
look
we
at it.
can show it. But yeah, so he did lose something, I guess, in this whole thing. And he did lose his Twitter briefly. So I suppose to some extent maybe he did get a bit of a backlash. But I just feel like
One day ban.
yeah, these kind of things are just, I feel like cancellations, everyone's like, oh my God, cancel culture is like the devil. Oh my God. I'm like, cancel culture does nothing. It's completely useless. It just makes those people even more famous.
Yeah, exactly. I know. And it's, we were talking when we were in LA, we were talking about as like a group, which I thought was interesting, about like Louis C.K. and that whole thing, and like all the comedians that sort of like, or Chris D'Elia as well. Like what repercussions did they really face? I mean, like Louis C.K. had more than Chris D'Elia, but pretty much the whole, like the plan of action is like, if you can just go away for a tiny bit and then just go back onto your podcast and just continue on, like life pretty much never changed for you. Like maybe a minimal issue or something, but a lot of people were like, yeah, like that's just how it is. Like, that's just the way the life is. Like they should just be forgiven after a certain amount of time, even if they never really apologized or addressed it or anything. That was sort of the consensus. And I was like, oh, interesting. Okay. I mean, if that's what a lot of people think, like this is going to continually happen. And so I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad or neither.
I'm starting to think, and the more I am kind of involved with the internet and stuff, I'm starting to think that cancel culture really like only affects people who actually have a conscience and who tend to
Yes.
be like decent people
Yes.
in the
Agreed.
first place, or who just have, like in the case of Ned from the Try Guys, for example, who have gone completely against, or Creepshow Art, who have gone completely against what they have built their platforms on, which these are two instances where I feel like maybe cancel culture does work, because people do tend to like get upset when you've just when it turns out that you've lied to them for years and years. People get a little upset. So
Well, I think, and my thing is like, how they say like well, maybe you don't know, this is more maybe an American thing, but like there's a lot of talk about, what's the word for it? When you go to school and you get extra perks because of your certain ethnicity or you have a certain background. Affirmative action.
Oh,
There's a thing, it's like, so because, you come from a minority or you have a lower income or whatever, there's certain, and it's different. And there's a lot of debate about whether it's, fair or not. But, a certain college might weigh a black student scores higher than a white student scores, and they might weigh an Asian student scores lower than a white student. And, there's a lot of things about what that means and all that. What was the point of this, bringing this up? Now I'm going way into the weeds of like what it is. With that conversation, what was I going to talk about? Oh my God, what did you just say before I started talking?
I don't know.
Oh my
We're
God.
now both lost. Okay, well, it's
Sorry.
regardless, I guess.
Take
I
it all
guess
back.
maybe you're trying to say that we should give him like affirmative action for being mentally ill.
No, that was not what I was saying.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought this is where you were going with it, but
There was something about like, okay, affirmative action in this country, it's very controversial, and there's all these things that you are weighing. I don't know. Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I have no idea what I was talking about. Forgive me.
okay. You're blonde now.
I'm blonde. Jesus Christ, I go blonde one day and I've lost all my brain cells.
Can you chew and walk at the same time?
No, I can't. I can't any longer.
I just think that this was like such a bad move though, because I feel like Kanye probably has a lot of fans of color, and it's hurting like the direct his direct audience, like his fans. And I don't know. It made me sad to see that. And I also just don't think that while I think that he is probably very disconnected and he's been in a super ultra privileged position for a very long time, I don't think that he believes it though. Like there's a part of me that thinks he was doing this for attention. He was doing this to get relevant, I suppose, again, but in what way? I mean, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I just don't know if he at heart, because he's a black man, he must have experiences in his life where he can relate to his fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I wonder if at a certain point, like, your race goes underneath like economic status and relatability. Like you're around so many people who have so much money. Like even like this has been said about Beyonce and Jay-Z and Oprah, like, that you sort of become, or even OJ, he was hanging, when he got really famous before the murders, he was hanging out with white people who are rich. And now that could be because there's more white people who are rich for a myriad amount of reasons why that happens in this country. But, their relatability around them, the people, their social circle is more based on their economic status than their race. And since Kanye, I think he became famous pretty young in his life, he's lived more of a life of privilege than a life of being a black man in America. So I wonder if that plays a factor too.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, me or my.
Hi,
You have to
thank
tell
you.
us how to say your name. I will be going to the dentist in a bit and will bring my headphones. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Yay. You can hear us
Yes.
talking and arguing and laughing over the drilling of your teeth.
Yeah, I hope we can distract you from
Which one's
the
better?
destruction of your teeth.
I really wish I could remember what I was going to say.
Yeah, me too. Basically, I just wonder if, I don't know, if his best days are behind him at this point.
I've always, and I've never said anything, definitely not publicly, because who's asking my opinion on Kanye? But I don't understand how he's so, like, I don't get fashion. I don't understand fashion at all. Like, I look at the New York Fashion Week, I'm like, what the fuck is this? These are people in burlap sacks. I don't get it. They're wearing balloon hats. I don't understand. Like, I don't know what makes fashion good. Everyone's saying like how he's such a fashion icon. I'm like, he's wearing a hoodie and a black hat. Like, what is this fashion here? I don't get it. So I think like, but people are like, he's a genius. So I just took people's word for it. Like, they must know better than I. But I think this elevated status of like everything he does is art is a little bit putting him on a pedestal that maybe he doesn't deserve. And definitely doesn't deserve at this point.
Yeah, I personally don't understand this fashion. Fashion is very different from culture to culture, I would say. But I would agree that maybe I've seen men dressed like him a little bit in Romania, but I've never seen men dressed like that here in the UK. So it's kind of hard for me to think of it. Maybe London, I don't know. Maybe London. But the rest of the UK, it's way too cold for fashion. Like, it's just
maybe Jay
insanely cold.
Shetty. Looking at Jay Shetty's outfits, I'm like, oh, he understands fashion, I guess, according to people who claim to understand fashion. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Like, that, no one normal is walking around the streets, like you said, wearing these things. But like, they put a collection together and it looks like trash, garbage, like an actual trash, people walking with trash cans on themselves, and they're like, oh my God, amazing. I'm like, I don't understand. Explain this to me. So, but
I don't think it's a thing. I think just I feel like I have become a complete and utter cynic. Like, I don't
know.
believe in anything anymore. I don't believe in literature. I don't believe in art. I don't believe in fashion. I just think these things have become, it's more about, does this person of influence, for example, say that this is good. For example, you can have Anna Wintour or
Wintour,
whatever
yeah.
from Vogue. If she says yes, this is fashion, then that is fashion. Doesn't matter like what, you know what I mean. It's more like if and because Kanye is so known, it's so famous, obviously he gets into, it's easy to get into those circles, it's easy to have those conversations, it's easy to come out with collections. As long as somebody says it's fashion, then it becomes fashion. But I don't think it's like, a real thing where, I guess if there was like an indie fashion designer who just kind of didn't have those connections and just was pretty much loved by the masses, if that
Yeah.
makes sense, then I would be like, okay, that makes sense. But if they just completely bypass what the populace likes and wants, and they just go straight to the top, and that person puts a stamp on the top being like, yes, fashion, then I'm not gonna, I'm not persuaded.
Yeah. Okay, jeans, this is like, this is what they wear in Canada all the time to like, farm fashion. Like, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, same
What is
boots.
the thing on the face?
I don't know, some sort of mask to hide their identity. Oh, red on red. Like, I don't get it. Wow, he
That's
worked
a coat.
a
Look
coat.
at that. He's got a coat.
This is in GQ magazine, as if this is like something that I'm learning from. Like, what?
Yeah.
And she's in a jacket with this, like, he's got tones. Like, this is an outfit that I saw back in the 90s. Like,
the
bandana.
2000s with the flowers on the jeans and stuff. Yeah. All of the girls had them.
Like, what are we really
yeah.
doing here? Like, debating a man who's probably mentally ill, who's, who's got some really bad takes, but we're spending so much time debating if it's good or not because he wears pleather on leather. Like, I don't care. I don't know. And he made rap songs that were good, but like there's tons of songs in the world that are good, in the same genre. So I think anyone else that would have said literally like, I'm going to go kill 3 Jewish people would have been long gone, like not been discussed anymore. Like, this person is completely unhinged. But because he has a cultural icon status, which I don't understand, I guess I need to understand why he does have that so deeply, and then maybe I'll get it more. But as an outsider, I'm like, I don't get it why this guy gets any more. Oh wow, sweatpants and socks, like, come on. What is going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I think once you get to a certain level of fame, it's more just like a pick your favorite activity of the week. And if you want to be a famous, fashion designer, that's what you'll be that week. And then,
That's what you yee.
That's what you be. But talking about him, maybe we should watch a little bit.
Yes.
I don't know how much time we should spend on this, but maybe we should watch a little bit of the interview that he did with Tucker Carlson.
Okay. You linked it, but wait, but he's wearing a tan t-shirt. Shouldn't we talk about that for 20 minutes?
Oh my God. Don't go crazy with colors. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. This year, color is not in. So
Not in. Okay, I don't see the link.
Oh, just on the guest chat, sorry.
Oh, okay, sorry. Let me look. Interview chat, copy, paste. Okay.
What's wrong? Nick from Wisconsin. Jesse, I missed the beginning of the show and I can't rewind. If you read
Oh my God,
text
is
on there,
Fox
then
News
I
gonna copyright claim us?
No, not Fox. Fox is journalism.
Good.
next time, DVR it. Then you can rewind. Tucker's up next with Kanye Part 2 on water.
Can you imagine, like, and finally, we need to answer this question. This guy says he can't find his remote. Well, find it. All right. See you next time. What the hell?
This is my
The news.
So last night. Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. So last night we showed you clips from an interview we did with Ye, previously known as Kanye West.
Okay, first things first. We've been 1 second into the interview.
Previously known.
If this was a trans story, if Kanye was trans, you know for a fact Tucker Carlson would call him by his old name and say, "Oh, Bruce Jenner, da 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 da," and would have not respected it in any way. But because they, Kanye or Ye is on their side and, conservatively, it seems, now, there's so much respect. Like, we're going to reference him by his, new name and not make it weird. He would have made that a joke if this was anyone else. Like, how ridiculous. A man changed his name to 2 letters. How woke of him. But we don't hear that. I'm just wanting to put that out there.
But I feel like, we're only bigots to the people we hate. So,
Of course.
Of
course.
I didn't know this about him, though.
Tucker?
About Tucker, yeah.
I mean, he's on Fox News, so he's an idiot. Sorry, everyone. He's a big...
That's okay. That guy lost his remote, and they're gonna fight it. So,
Tucker, my question is, where's the power button?
where is the remote, Tucker?
Help me.
I need to change the channel. Maybe that guy was like, I'm stuck on Fox News.
No, he's probably like, I'm glad for this, but I can't sleep. And the demons are talking louder every minute. Help me, Tucker. No, Tucker is horrible. He's a horrible dude. Bad, in my opinion. Bad takes, attitudinal, pushing of anti-vaccine rhetoric, pushing of replacement theory rhetoric. Not a great. And he's a commentator. He has a show, but he's not a journalist in the sense of objective and fair. So that's who he is. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Now, last week he was at the Paris Fashion Week and unveiled a shirt that said "White Lives Matter," and of course much outrage ensued, and he was roundly denounced as insane. Virtually no one asked him why he did that. So we thought before dismissing him as a mental patient, it might be worth hearing his side of the story. Just listen to him. So we
he's
came out
got
to
a
LA,
side.
Booked a 30-minute interview with West, which quickly morphed into a 2-hour interview. And we're so grateful that it did, because one of the most interesting, deep, and provocative conversations we've ever watched. Everybody thought that. Guys operating the cameras thought that.
Everybody thought that.
Fascinating.
Everyone.
Okay. I love it when they have to just bring more. When somebody tries to make a point and their point is not landing, and it's like, but everybody thinks so. I'm not the only one.
The janitor I saw in the hallway.
I'm not crazy.
This sweet janitor who works in the building, he thought it too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we need the volume slightly up if we can on the
sorry.
Tucker video.
Yep. Raise it up. Okay. This is my problem forever. Okay, I'm gonna raise myself
Whether
down
you
too.
hear or not. So, among many other things, West gave us his assessment of Barack Obama, whom he knows well and has known well for many years, even before he became president. Here's what he said. Do you talk to Obama still?
I was Obama's favorite artist. He actually met with me. Obama met with me and my mama to say that he was running for office back in 2008. And that he wanted the support. And everybody was so into this idea of the black president. And you were always cool. And it's also
Riveting.
I thought he was a genius. What's going on here?
Are there?
This is the most deep and interesting conversation. He's like, did you meet Obama?
Kanye seems high. He's trying to stay present, not succeeding.
Obama and my mama. Hey, that could be a lyric.
This Eki rocks.
Yeah, so far I've heard nothing so far that's been riveting or even coherent.
So far I'm really struggling. I don't know if we can go through all of this at all.
Let's get him. We'll leave him have a full thought. Let's see.
Obama level, Ye level, Virgil level, just
What?
black, so brilliant that we cut through all of the lines of racism. You just can't get rid of us. Nat King Cole level, Dave Chappelle level. So in some place we'd have to be friends and get along because it's you're at that level. you're like a, Formula One Lewis Hamilton race car driver. We're still driving a white car, but we're the best race car drivers that ever existed. And that was me and Obama's connection. But soon as I wasn't saying the things that I was supposed to say as a rapper, our connection faded.
So you don't talk to him anymore?
I'll talk to him if I see him,
Yep.
but I guarantee you he see me. I don't even know the man. I just thought that sounded cool.
What is going on? He's high.
Yeah, something's.
He is so high. This is crazy. They brought him on Fox News high.
And Tucker's like, yeah, I get the joke. I also smoke marijuana. I
This
support.
is crazy. I can't believe that they brought him on this for a 2-hour interview high.
You want to hear something? She's not my friend anymore, but I had a friend that I used to work with that is like his producer on the show.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she's marrying. She's just got
Tucker's producer or Kanye's?
Tucker. Tucker's producer, and we've lost touch, obviously. But she's marrying like a political commentator who's like got a podcast about conservative values. So yeah. But we were friends from work, so it doesn't count necessarily. But it's interesting to see her path in life is producing probably this show, probably this interview.
I'm glad you went the other way.
Yes, I did. I never was on this path ever. Let's be real.
Well, your colleagues, it could have been you.
No.
Right there with Tucker, doing some lines with Kanye.
Yeah. They said she got to go to Tucker, and they said to me, "Fuck her," and I left.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, going on.
Yeah, that was in my head about 3 minutes ago that I really want to say that's really interesting about the when companies get the BLM managers.
What's a BLM manager?
Black Lives Matter office manager. It's basically you get a semi-influential black person to become the face of a white company.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Okay, this is something that he is creating in his mind, right? They're making it seem like this is like part of the organization. And the organization has a lot of problems that I think we should also talk about at some point, like the actual organization of Black Lives Matter, like the LLC, nonprofit, whatever. But the movement itself, I stand behind. Black Lives Matter
The
movement.
Yes, obviously the movement is what counts. And I have heard a couple of things about BLM and about how, I don't know what she was, but one of the people at the top ended up purchasing a gigantic villa after the 2020 Black Lives Matter movement. And, lots of speculations that villa was actually bought with that money from donations instead of using that money for what the cause really was. But Kanye knows this. He's doing this he's playing on the double meaning of it on purpose because he knows he's in trouble. You know what I mean? That's my opinion.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, and this guy, like I said, Tucker is no journalist, so he hears anything that he likes, he's gonna go, "Oh my God, did you hear, America? They have a Black Lives Matter manager at every company in America trying to make black people look better. Oh my God," that's what he's gonna take with no truth.
If he says these exact words after this, like you've got something.
Yeah. Tucker, okay.
That means like in the design world, in the art world, they actually would pick artists that were less talented than other artists based on their influence, not based on their actual work, because everyone is.
He looks shocked, utterly shocked. That fucking happens every goddamn day. People get picked up for their attention versus talent. That's not a black issue.
But he's got enough attention. Why is he ranting about this?
I don't
He's
know.
got enough influence. Like if they were to pick someone for influence, they would have picked him.
Yeah, for real.
Right? No, but seriously.
You're right. I know.
Like what? There was someone bigger than him? Who? Jay-Z? Okay, same. Who,
And I
who
think
else?
he's bigger. I think Kanye's bigger than Jay-Z these days, honestly.
Yeah, I've not heard anything about Jay-Z in like 10 years. So
Yeah, he's silently doing whatever he's doing, and I think that's for the best, probably for everybody. Just like do your thing. Like, why do you? I don't know. Maybe.
yeah,
that's
but
mean to
he's
say,
trying to make this sound like, oh my God, they should have picked me because I'm more talented. But no, they went
Then
for someone
who?
with influence. Like, who is this person who is also a rapper who is more
Come on.
influential than Kanye?
Yeah.
Hello, Taro.
Taro, come on. She wants to see what all the fuss is about. Come on. Okay, there you go. All right, let's continue. We don't have to watch much more than this.
Is vying for influence and an opinion. Everyone is afraid of losing their opinion. So with Nike, right? Nike is as famous as, you say Nike's more famous than PayPal, right? Right.
Sure,
what
yes, I
number
say that all the
company do you
time.
think PayPal is
I don't know.
number 4.
I don't know.
Overall?
Overall, you got, well, you know what the number 1 is, right? It's Apple.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting number 2, but number 3 is
I forget number 2,
McDonald's.
but I definitely know the others.
McDonald's? What is he talking about? The yearly gross income? What is he talking about? The most
Fame.
fame?
He said PayPal is, or no, the other thing. Nike is more famous than PayPal.
Isn't that subjective?
I don't know what he means. I've never heard of a company being famous.
And a company being
More
famous, like
infamous.
ranking system, like ranked in what, times 100 most famous companies, or what is the source of this other than like what he believes?
Well, I'm not taking anything he's saying as the fact right now. Like, I think it's just pulling things out of his mind. It's like, I think I heard it somewhere because I don't read because reading sucks. It's for pussies. But like, I heard it somewhere from a man, that this is true.
If we had to rank famous business leaders, it'd be Captain Crunch, number 1, Ronald McDonald, number 2, the Colonel Sanders, number 3. Like, that's obvious, right? I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm not being funny today.
No, Crunch. I don't think Crunch made it to Romania, or at least if they did.
Tony
they
the Tiger?
No, I don't think they're not popular. At least maybe they
Okay.
are there, but nobody knows or buys them. So
Okay.
but
Well, that's
definitely
about
people
as-
buy Apple and McDonald's.
True. Okay. Fair enough.
Then
People were so upset in Russia because of the war, the McDonald's was closed.
Damn.
And they just like had these gigantic lines at it.
We
want our
this
fries. No, they were just upset because for them it was like a symbol of capitalism and like in relationships with the West. And they were just, now it's just Putin.
No
Nothing
poutine,
else,
just
nobody else.
Putin. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
SpaceX is maybe 6 or 7. It's really interesting that as lit as Elon is, his previous company is actually still worth more than SpaceX.
Worth.
So,
Okay, Apple's number 1. Amazon, he forgot to mention Amazon.
Yeah, I don't know if this is true as well. And there is a lot of. I actually want to do a deep dive into Elon Musk because there's so much misinformation about him out there.
Yeah. Well, he didn't
It's
start
crazy.
PayPal.
He didn't even. This was started by someone else. He just went in and was like, "It's mine," and then that's it. And now everyone thinks that's his, and
Yeah.
he's this genius behind PayPal, and it's not.
If anyone, Tony Hsieh is more behind PayPal, who then went on to, or not the only person, but then he went on to found Zappos, and then his life went down I don't know what happened to him exactly, but he wrote a book he was sort of on like the business entrepreneur, like guru track. And then out of nowhere, he like kind of went down a path of like drugs, I guess, apparently. And then like committed suicide. And it was like, whoa, like what happened to him? He was like one of the big founders of PayPal. But no one talks
Gosh.
about him. Everyone talks
No.
about Elon. Anyways.
Elon has buried him.
Yeah, literally. Okay, here we go.
What number
Last part.
company do you think Nike is? The Nike. Number 321. It's not there to be as big a financial company as it can be. It's there as an influencer because black people love Nike. So
That's a
Why
fact.
is this
Nike
relevant?
is like a company
That's a
that is
fact.
redlining
Why are we talking
and
about Nike?
gerrymandering black people. So the reason
Nike's
why
doing that?
Gap wanted me to go the Gap, it wasn't based on, oh, we need to get our stocks up. You know, it's like these companies, when they've been around for a long time, Gap's not like, they're like, we're in the rag trade. We're never going to be Apple. And everyone, all of these American companies somehow took this deal where they start putting in these really awkward, weird number kind of CEOs. Like Nike's got one, the Gap had one. It didn't
Number
work out.
What are we
CEOs?
talking about
There's
this?
all of these weird
What is going on?
operators inside of companies. Even in Balenciaga, you know.
Oh,
The-
burn!
And
He
they,
looked behind the camera. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that? That is the PR manager behind the camera, right there.
Oh.
That he's got someone behind. Like, you can't tell me Kanye is going alone to all these things. Of course he's got PR. Of course the PR manager probably has their Instagram.
It's probably my old coworker. She's like, I wear Balenciaga.
Oh my god, how funny would that be?
Could be. I'm telling you. Okay, we don't have to watch any more of this. I'm
I
not
just
following.
don't understand why are we talking about Nike? Like, what is this? This is
Did
not
you know
relevant.
Nike doesn't have as much money as Apple? Yeah.
Did you know Gap is not Nike?
It's because gerrymandering. What? Yeah, I know, right? And Tucker's like, oh, see? I knew
so
it.
True.
So
You're a
true.
genius.
What do you think? What do you think? That's about as relevant as what Kanye said. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just read the tweet,
Yeah.
the big cancellation. I put it up already like twice, but let's just read it because this is like the most, to me, inflammatory one that he said. This is what got him kicked off Twitter for 1 second. So he said, I'm a bit
Yeah.
sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going to DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. Also, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone whoever opposes your agenda.
What does that mean? I'm going DEFCON 3.
I think that means you're gonna like beat them up at the least and murder 3 Jewish people at the worst.
Oh, so he's like, oh yeah, I'm on board with Hitler now?
I don't know. This is sort of like if let's say he is mentally ill and he's going down. I think he is. I think he is. But if there is no secondary part to this where it's like I am mentally ill and I'm also planning this for some sort of like publicity stunt, like if it's purely mental illness, he could be down a conspiracy theory rabbit hole where they believe that Jews control everything and that there's this secret cabal that they are, manipulating capitalism and, pushing down white people and all this stuff. Like that's like the sort of rhetoric that sort of began like in, Jerusalem a bazillion years ago. But, back in the German era, Nazi era, that was sort of the thing. Like they're ruining our lives. There's this secret group of Jews that ruin our lives, for that just because they control everything. So I think
That was
could
the fear, yeah. Or
that's
that
what
was
that's what they're
Hitler's fear.
saying.
Or
But people
that was
still
his
believe
excuse,
that.
rather, not even.
Sure, and people still believe that today, and that comes up in a lot of conspiracy theories. That Alex Jones will talk about, like the Jews are behind it. Like it hasn't ended yet. That whole conspiracy about them being a group that controls the world. So that could be what he's
that was-
referencing.
Yeah, but just how unoriginal of him.
Yeah.
Kanye, I thought you were a genius, and here's you being just a copy of Hitler. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like Hitler's already done this. Like you don't need to go or proclaim that you want to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. That's already been done. This is copy. This is a copy. This is cheap, and I'm so disappointed.
But if he believes, like if he's latched on to one specific conspiracy theory, you know, that is the conspiracy. So maybe that's what he's now believing. It's like that one woman who killed her kids. Like her theory was that, you know, this one specific theory that this guy came up with, and then she lived her whole life based on it. So that could be what he's doing. Like he's latched on to one theory and he's like, this is the one that I'm going to go with. And then this theory, Jews, you know, are the worst.
Yeah, this is no.
Yeah, it's not
We
acceptable.
can't be having that. That's just
not
why did he get? I'm just gonna like triple check again. Like, but I'm telling you, like he's back. He's back on Twitter.
You know,
Yes, yeah. Sorry. Yes, on Twitter is back, and there's a big retweet from Elon Musk. Welcome back to Twitter, my friend.
my friend, good hot take, my friend.
Talk to Ye today and express. Elon says, "Talk to Ye today." Sorry, this is so ridiculous. This name. Talk to Ye today and express my concerns about his recent tweet, which I think he took to heart. Oh, Elon personally went
He
in
doesn't
there
mean
to
it.
fix it.
He don't mean it. He just lied.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry.
He was
my
in bad
friend.
mood. He was in bad mood. Forgive him. Oh, Taro. Yeah, no, I don't know. And there is an argument to be made, and I am a free speech supporter. So there is part of me that says, you know what, let him say what he wants and let people see what he has to say, and so they can make a educated decision never to support him again. Like I will attempt to, in any ways I can, not support him because he has these beliefs. But, you know, sometimes I feel like it's better for me to know and for others to know where people are, like what crazy thoughts are in their head. But then again, you run the risk of other people being influenced by that and going, yeah, he's right, let's all kill people. So I don't know. It's a hard line to walk.
And that's like a real thing. But I think when it comes to the free speech conversation, I just don't think that social media is free speech. I think social media these are companies, these are corporations. If
true.
you are an employee somewhere, you're not just going to go around like trashing the company you work for example, because you know for a fact that you're not allowed to do that because other employees might be like, yeah, they are trash. Like, oh, let's all go and then boycott, you know?
That's
so
a
I
good
don't
point.
think I would never dare to do that. Or
So he could say it on the street, but he can't
I worked
say it
for
on Twitter.
Exxon. Do you think I went around being like, you guys are murderers? Like, no.
You could, but you just wouldn't
They
have
could
a job.
still come after me. I'm still afraid. This is 10 years later. So basically,
They saved your
Yeah.
chair. They're like, look at this chair. It's bent this way because she sat so horribly.
they framed it. We're like, this is what you
Worst
cannot do.
posture ever. Worst posture award.
Our worst employee ever.
Camellia. Okay. Do you want to move on now to the Try Guys? We'll kind of
Yes,
wrap
I
on
think we
on
should.
Yee.
Because the Try Guys have been, as you guys know, because we talked about it last time. Yeah, we did. I think last time it was.
Yes.
Yeah. The Try Guys have fired Ned for being a. So you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they posted this video. It's got like 10 million views.
Yeah. What happened? Period. So dramatic.
This is very dramatic. I don't even. Okay, let's just watch half of it. Let's watch half of it, but because then we have another thing to watch that I think is better.
Yeah. And you can be, I don't know their names. I forget. You can be Eugene and I'll be this guy. There you go. I'm just kidding. It kind of matches though. And I will just say I watched this already, but to me it sounds like they're reading a teleprompter, and it was heavily vetted by like a lawyer. That's what it reads to me.
Yeah.
Just off the top. Okay, here we go. What happened, period.
Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys. By now, we're assuming you've seen the Reddit threads and TikToks and tweets and news articles. We want to give you a timeline of what's transpired and some transparency into our decision making. Throughout this video, there will be things that we want to say or go into further, but as I'm sure you're aware, there are some legal issues we have to consider as we go through everything.
On Labor Day weekend, multiple fans alerted us that they had seen Ned and an employee engaging in public romantic behavior. We reached out to check on that employee.
Look at their faces. He's pissed. Hold on.
Yeah.
He's angry. He's like embarrassed, sad. I mean, I don't think these are necessarily real emotions, but this is what they're like convey, like on the screen. It's like convey sadness, convey disgust.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of acting in it, but I think ultimately the message does matter, I think.
Yeah, I think what they're saying is good. They're being transparent. I have nothing wrong with the message. I just think it's
yeah, I know they're being very dramatic.
It's a little dramatic while reading a script. Yeah,
they're filmmakers and they don't have lighting on top of their face. Like, what's that?
Yeah, they're like, this is the real us in our alternative studio. This is our apology studio.
This is our real life, actually.
Yeah, but better for them to do something and it be transparent in this way than say nothing like other companies will do. So I will give them props. I just think it's funny to make fun of things. So
yeah, agreed.
Employee Ned confirmed the reports and since confirmed that this had been going on for some time, which was obviously very shocking to us. And we just want you to know that we had no idea this was going on. All of that information was just as shocking to us as all of this has been for you this week.
Do we believe this?
And thus began a 3-week process.
Yeah.
The guy was kissing that girl in Vegas with them around.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I don't know.
I feel like this is the part where I'm like, I don't know. You guys were like friends, like, working together, friends, all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is super melodramatic. I agree completely. And I also don't believe this part where they say that they didn't know. I think they knew, but what are they going to say? We knew and we liked it and we continued like it.
We liked it. We really appreciated it.
We thought it slaps until now, and now it doesn't slap anymore.
Yeah, I think they, I think they might have, because didn't the other guy, the alternative guy that's sort of in the video sometimes, didn't he know something? Because he was going to replace. So he knew. So yeah.
Sorry. I'm 32. Really, am I going to believe that they didn't know that their best pal was cheating? Come on.
Yeah, I wonder that. I will give them the benefit of the doubt, but I also think that Ned, is probably, suing or threatening to sue for, workplace, whatever. He probably is getting a big payout during this, like probably $1 million to leave or something, to be quiet about, to leave quietly and all that. I don't know. Yeah, this all seems like, yes, they're trying to me, portray the we're honest dudes thing, but like they already did that, and look at what the fourth guy they had on their crew actually was doing. So hard to know.
Yeah.
So anyways, okay. And like, Eugene's outfit is so funny to me. It's like such a like, I don't know, like I'm going to Balenciaga after this apology video.
Yeah, he's like Kanye 2.0.
He's like, what do you wear for an apology video?
I mean, to be honest, that's kind of his style. He's kind of a stylish dude.
He's stylish.
So I don't think it's out of character for him.
Nah, I don't think so either.
Process of engaging with employment lawyers, corporate lawyers, HR, PR, and more, in order to make sure we were taking all necessary steps. From the jump, we were acutely aware of just how contrary this was to the values of the company we've built and those of everyone who works here.
And
this
acutely aware
is something we took very seriously.
We could also lose our jobs.
Yeah, we're acutely aware of the consensual workplace relationship that occurred.
we are acutely aware of the fact that if we tell you the truth, we're gonna get canceled too.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Refused to sweep things under the rug. That is not who we are, and is not what we stand for.
We immediately removed Ned from
firm.
work activities and engaged an HR professional to conduct a thorough review of the facts. We also opted to remove Ned from our releases pending the results of that review. Over a few weeks, that's included removing his section from videos, digitally removing him from others, and
Okay, that was a point of contention. Digitally removing them from others. So some, like, I don't know what, Slate or something, some news source said that they were digitally removing Ned from old videos, and they made a tweet about it allegedly that said like, that technology doesn't exist, ha ha ha. And it was like, but that's sort of unclear what he's saying there, like digitally removing him from others. What does that mean? Like you're gonna like magic erase him from videos that haven't come out yet, or what?
I don't know. I think they're trying to say that they're gonna edit him out of things.
Savvy, no. I will only get a mogul tattoo.
I am terrified of the pain of a tattoo.
I'll get a tattoo.
I will get. You get the mogul. I get the 3%.
Okay, that's good. I like it.
choosing not to feature him in our merch throws. Honestly, I want to give major props to our editing staff for how deftly they've handled that. There are several videos that we've deemed as fully unreleasable. You will never see them, and that is due to his involvement. And that's a decision that has cost us lots of money. We will not be able to recoup that money, but it's...
Who gives a fuck? Come on.
Yeah, he's just
I hate that.
Like, look how nice we are. We've paid money for this. But also, what take do you think they're on right now?
Oh yeah, definitely this is not take
Like,
one.
27.
Yeah, at least.
They
They're like,
look pissed. They're like, can we just get this over with?
and it's funny because they all took their turns like to say something. It's like, how do you apologize like between three people equally? That's a hard thing to script out.
Yeah. Well, they did a good job of appearing somewhat genuine.
Yeah. Sort of somewhat. 3% genuine.
It's a decision we stand by proudly.
Now, we can't talk about the details of the review, but suffice to say, we found that Ned had engaged in conduct unbecoming of our team, and we knew that we could
What
not
happened
move
to the
forward with
editor
him.
there?
So,
Where was the editor that digitally removed Ned to digitally remove that 2-second thing?
They're showing that they're real and raw, just
yes,
like
I
Ned and
forget,
his
sorry.
wife were on their podcast.
And they left it for this guy to be real and raw.
They're like, we're going to show our audience that we also flub our words sometimes. We're not perfect.
But that's okay though. I think he is the best guy for the vulnerable part because the other two look like robots.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
it's
It's just no matter what they like. There's I don't know. I guess like it's better than a written thing, but like in actual practice, it's so fucking awkward to watch stuff like this. It's like watching a breakup video of like influencers on YouTube, like why we broke up, and the thumbnails like them both crying and then them talking about them breaking up. It's like I love to see it about how bad it is, but it's hard to watch. Like this isn't horrible, but it's just like I'm like okay.
But I think we get the gist. Like
get the gist.
they're doing a relatively okay job. You know, it's not the worst. They are,
Just
in
awkward.
my opinion, still business owners. This is not people that you're watching. I mean, they're
Yes.
people, but they care about their business more than they care about their friend.
Yes.
So there's that to keep in mind. So, you
Who's
know,
next?
but
Who's the next one to have an infidelity charge? Not charge, but like a accusation.
ooh, I'm thinking Keith.
See the middle one? No, Keith here.
Keith, yeah.
So there'll be just these two left. After they'll just digitally edit him out and keep the same apology video, and then just add digitally Ned and Keith. Okay, you want to keep watching or to watch the other one?
I think we should watch the SNL skit because do you think SNL will copyright claim us?
Maybe. I got copyrighted
please
claimed
don't.
last night for a 20-second sound of a video that I was watching from a 4-hour live stream. So I'm waiting for the trim to be processed. So yes, probably.
Yeah, that sucks.
I know. Story of my
Hopefully
life.
SNL is okay, but SNL has decided to mock these dudes big time. But their take is very like, what, you fired your friend for cheating? Like, what are you, pussies? Like, it just feels like that.
Interesting.
I don't know if you've seen it. Have you not seen it?
No, I've not seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, this is much better watch than what we just witnessed there.
Okay, perfect. And the first comment is, shout out to whoever wrote this sketch for misunderstanding the entire situation.
Well,
let's see.
Misunderstanding or just being very like, this is how it is in Hollywood.
Okay. Here we go.
So, yeah, that was it. What do you think? It's your first watch.
I really like the reporter. Is he a main character on SNL now, or is he the guest?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I liked his part. It was very funny timing. I think they missed the entire point. Again, I agree. Or unless it was intentional, like somebody said that, like it was because CNN like misses the point. But I think SNL is written for a much older audience of people. Like I would say, like, I don't know, 50 up. Would you agree? I think like they think like YouTube culture is so crazy. Just crazy kids made a YouTube channel. But I think like as millennials and younger, we understand like this is businesses. These are $1 million companies. These are not just like, little skits that like people do for fun. Like it's much more involved. So of course, like they had to do something about this. I mean, if any company had a CEO hooking up secretly with a lower level employee while the CEO's wife is also an employee and part of the brand of the company, and their whole shtick of the company is that guy loves his wife. I mean, that's not a big deal. That's a huge deal.
It's a huge deal, exactly. But I think these guys are like very jaded TV people.
Yes.
And this sort of thing in TV is just every day. It's every morning, every afternoon, there's like another white male who tends to, be doing all sorts of funny things with employees and all sorts of things. Not to mention, we had Harvey Weinstein. I mean, what can you, that's the culture that they're in. So I kind of feel like they didn't get it because they're like, wait, what do you mean? I sleep with my boss every day. Why did you fire the guy? Like, I don't get it.
They were in the office.
I slept with this reporter who's old because,
Yeah. Like Billy Bush, the guy who was like on the infamous video with Trump on the bus, who was like, grab him by the pussy, that video. Like he's back on TV. So I guess, in Hollywood or in these spaces, like it's like, oh, the YouTuber did something, who gives a shit? But I think when you're in the culture of YouTube and like, the inner workings of things, like they missed the point of that, which
Absolutely.
shows their irrelevancy, which I agree that SNL is like, I used to be such a fan of SNL. Like when I was in high school and there was like Sarah Palin was played by Tina Fey, and like that period of time, oh my God, I could not get enough. Now I barely ever care at all about it.
Yeah, and I agree with Savi that this is because of the fans being it's just because I think YouTube is kind of, maybe this is the first time, I don't know. Is this the first time? Maybe not, but like it's one of the first times when we see the big differences between what YouTube really is and what actual TV is. Where TV, being vulnerable and being yourself means nothing. You have actors playing other characters. You have directors who are like behind the camera. Nobody sees them ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's nothing really authentic or genuine at all. Like TV is completely made up. You have the sets that pretend to look like other places and they're made of plastic. You have, everything is made up.
Yeah.
And YouTube is a different game. It's like, and you see the difference here because these guys in TV just simply cannot wrap their head around it. Like, wait, what do you mean? Like, we manufacture everything. Like,
like, everyone's cheating. What was the guy from the new, and before we move on too far, thank you, Maddie, very much. And Maddie says, have to leave the stream, but wanted to say, I hope you all choose sadness and have a great day. Thanks for a fun chat as always. You're welcome.
Thanks, Maddie.
You are welcome, and remember, Maddie.
It's okay to cry.
Okay, that's our advice to you on this fine Wednesday.
Yeah, it
Don't
is.
forget it. Do you want to watch me trying to be an SNL Sarah Palin character from high school?
Yes, let's see it.
Okay, I'll have to like mute
amazing.
some of it because I'm using copyrighted music.
Oh, wild.
I know. But I was very inspired by Tina Fey's performance, and I was like, that'll be me. Hold on. Sarah Palin. Okay. Ready? And then we'll be done. Okay, pretend you're not hearing the music. So here's me. This is a day in the life of Sarah Palin. Circa 2009.
That's you?
Yes.
Oh my god! Baby Kayla! Oh my god! You are so cute!
It's my high school bedroom. So this is me as like waking up as Sarah Palin.
You are so small.
Thank you. Okay, now the music stops, I think.
So I start my day every morning with some coffee, moose juice, and here's some actual moose that I shot last Saturday. Why is his camera so close? I love 106 in Park.
It's a very dated reference. This is also a very dated reference.
Oh, remember phones?
Yeah.
Yes, is Barack Obama there? Thank you. Yes, Barack? I was just wondering, is your refrigerator running? Well, you better go catch it.
I've kept the same humor.
John, it's okay. Don't worry. We're gonna win. You're Maverick. I'm gonna be. You're gonna be the next president of the United States.
Okay, like Arnold Schwarzenegger
Got
for a
Alaska.
second.
We just gotta get the other ones, okay?
Now this is a very dated reference about this guy that they kept saying Obama was friends with, who was like a bomber.
Yeah, is Bill Ayers there? Yeah, it's Sarah. Hi Bill. I'm just trying to see if we're still on for lunch on Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Alright, well, call me back. Okay.
You
Bye.
put on a New York accent?
She's from Alaska.
Alright, no blizzard. Mush! Go, mush!
What is going on?
Well, you know, I was Miss Whistler, 1994. I spot a moose.
Okay, this is a little triggering.
So remember, vote Sarah Palin on November 4th. That's Sarah Palin for Vice President of the United States. You betcha.
Oh, that was fantastic. That
Thank
was
you.
gold.
Thank you. I'll applause for
I
myself.
loved it. Well done, well done. How old were you? Like 5?
I was about to be 18 years old.
Oh wow. Okay. You
Yeah.
look so baby faced. It's funny.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's
You want to watch
nice.
another one, or you have time? This one's a shorter one. It's
Let's go.
political though. Okay. That'll be my
Oh.
last one. This is the first time anyone in my life's ever wanted to watch something I've done. So I gotta take the opportunity when I get it. Okay. So all right. So this was a political. Jesus. This is a political episode of the show in high school. So it's supposed to be like like our take on political ads. Okay. Okay. Here's me again. Obviously.
Kayla O'Brien spends her free time helping out at the soup kitchen. Kayla O'Brien cares about the community. She campaigns door to door.
my mom.
Kayla O'Brien brings flowers to the sick.
Caretaker.
Hi, Grandma. You left your bank card at my house. I'll drive it over right now. Okay, bye.
You can drive at that age?
Yeah.
Aww.
Kayla O'Brien, STV News.
Okay. All right, so that's that. But then there's a hate ad against me, right?
Oh no.
So this shows really how politics work. Okay, sorry.
Kayla O'Brien feeding the poor? More like feeding them poison. Campaigning door to door? More like ding dong ditcher. Giving flowers to the sickly? More like stealing flowers. Grandma's little girl? More like grandma's identity thief.
The music's so loud.
Kayla O'Brien, not ready for STV. I'm Fritz Snyder and I approve this message.
This was fabulous. I like this. Wow.
Thank you. So I've had a
What
long
kind of
career.
stuff you were doing. Wow. Amazing. Very political. I remember the penny as well.
Oh, did you like my story from TwitchCon?
I did see it. I was like, I know.
I know. I was like, only the real ones will know.
Yeah, the real fans. That's how we identify ourselves.
Yeah. Spent.
Yeah. The ride or dies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. The ride or dies are the ones who watch this channel for sure.
Yeah, that was great. I loved it so much.
Thank you. I
wish I had
appreciate.
videos from when I was young, but I don't think cameras existed back then.
We're the same
I'm
age.
old.
Okay, what are you talking about? Don't say those things.
Well, okay, that's my excuse at least.
This was shot on
I would
tape.
be like, did you know Philips was company number 680?
Oh man, I'll slowly release my videos as time goes. I got more, but those are like the best. I got a singing one, but it's definitely gonna get copyrighted. So
Oh yeah, probably. Wait, did you sing that good?
yeah, I sang that good. They know it.
Oh yeah,
I'm
let
a
us
singer.
see a sample.
Okay, I'll play the beginning. Oh, you guys convinced me. I'm like so desperate to show these videos. Okay. Okay, here's my dad. Hold on, this part's not copyrighted.
Free kite for 3. Now, who should I take? Freddie?
Yes.
And T-Pain.
Cool. Oh shoot, get your novels ready. It's about to go down.
Everybody in the class hit the desks.
And get out your Afghani notes.
We flying this.
Okay,
Let's
wait.
go.
I gotta explain for a second. This is based on the New York Times bestselling novel, The Kite Runner.
Oh.
Okay.
I have no idea.
So
what that is.
it's a book. And that part of our project was to make something about a book.
Right.
You had to make some sort of media presentation. Okay. That's all
That
I wanted
is
to say.
amazing.
So that's
So you've been criticizing books for a long time now.
Yes. Savvy writes books. This is my book adaptation of The Kite Runner. Let me know. Okay, I'll keep going.
I'm flying a kite. I'm flying a kite. Everybody look at me because I'm flying a kite. I'm flying a kite. I'm flying a kite. Take a good hard look at Raheem Khan's site. I'm flying a kite in Kabul. Take a look at me. Straight flying a kite. Amir had to sleep.
Busting ass up years later in a fight. You can't stop me cause I'm flying a kite.
My name's Hassan Trick. I run for kites quick. Baba likes me more. Amir can't deal with it.
I got my slingshot and my son Sarabi.
I'm flying kites.
You and Asif straight looking sloppy.
This
I'm
part
hiding in a
slaps.
tunnel.
Sneaking into Cali.
We aren't anywhere.
near the valley. Working flea markets is as real as it gets.
I'm a kite runner. Don't you ever forget. I'll fly a kite.
And
It's going high.
Amir met a girl,
A pretty Afghan.
but something wasn't right.
So we took a flight.
Back to his homeland.
Happened, wasn't planned.
Get your brass knuckles out, this kite is real.
Forget send them find a kite.
Her son's my brother,
I'm a granite trees. No other.
no other.
Rob's coming home. He lost his mother.
Saved Amir, just like his father.
Hey,
It's all
Mom,
plot
you
points.
can see me now. Fixing the past is my eternal vow.
Gonna fly this kite to the moon somehow.
In San Francisco,
Anything is possible.
Look at him fly.
Never thought I'd fly a kite. It's a beautiful diamond sight.
Everyone's like, turn it off.
Afghanistan, look at me. Oh,
Afghanistan.
never thought I'd see the day when a big kite ran
It's almost done.
away. Believe me when I say 1,000 times over.
I'm flying a kite. Everybody look at me, cause I'm flying a kite. I'm flying a kite. I'm flying a kite. Take a good hard look at the kite. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh
thank you
my
for humouring me.
God. I like that you never flew the kite to that.
We couldn't lose it. It was our prop.
You just proclaimed like I'm flying a kite 100 million times, and yet I never saw that kite fly.
It's called manifesting. You have to believe first before it occurs.
Oh gosh, that was, oh my God, that was something else.
Thank you.
That was just, I did not expect this for today. And I will say, I had a bad day. I did not have a good day today.
Sorry.
And and I feel completely healed from
Oh,
the inside
good.
out right now.
Yeah.
Thanks to this.
Okay. Well, you're
This
welcome.
healed me.
Is it because
Thank
you're
you.
reading Party Girl? I see on your shelf behind you. Is
You
that why
see
you had a
it?
bad day?
Oh, let me just show you guys because, oh my God. Yes, indeed. I have Party Girl. I'm planning to read.
Woo! I've never
Woo!
read it. You gotta
We'll
tell me
see
what it's like.
It's kind of long. I was hoping these would.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. Afghanistan, wait for me.
Afghanistan festing. Okay, sorry.
But I was hoping these would be like 100 pages, but no.
I thought there were novellas, technically.
Well, what's more interesting is Rachel Hollis's cookbook. Real life dinners.
Oh my gosh. Damn.
I am going to make a recipe from this. Should I go with the chicken pot pie or the sub sandwich?
I want you to do the mayonnaise fruit salad. Oh my god. Wait, let me see that again. Show that again.
Wait, I don't know. I don't have it anymore. But here's like the homemade hot pockets.
Oh. That looks very brown.
This was the book before Girl Wash Your Face, and she sold 15,000 copies.
It's pretty good. I know that that's the one she wanted to call down home trash or something, or fancy trash. But
It's called Real Life Dinners.
yeah.
Rachel Hollis. As you can see, things have since evolved. They don't look like this anymore.
They don't make them like this anymore. Real life
No.
dinners. There's a part in there
yeah.
where she talks about Dave in the beginning, I know. Someone read it on Reddit.
That's why I bought it. I was sure that I would find something. I haven't yet read it. Oh, there's a picture with Daddy.
Daddy Dave. Let's see.
No.
Oh,
Daddy.
Daddy Neely?
Daddy Neely.
Oh, the pampered chef, MLM lover.
I love you.
Isn't he like a minister or a priest of some
Pastor.
Pastor, yes.
Evangelical or a Pentecostal pastor. Preacher? Preacher.
So, yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm
Interesting.
planning to do. I'm planning to make. But the thing is, you guys, I suck at cooking. Like I just it's not my forte. So I don't know how these will. I hope she's gonna stay true to the title of the book because it has to be real life, and hopefully it's for people who can cook.
For
because
dinners.
otherwise,
Get a lot of mayonnaise. That's what I heard. Get stocked up on mayonnaise.
yeah.
That's
So
the best
stay
one.
tuned for my very first cookbook review. Whoa!
This
coming
situation is a
soon.
red flag.
Yeah.
You know what I have to say about this cookbook idea, Cam?
I do not give a fuck.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I really care a lot. I care a lot, but also
Well, then go fly your kite. Okay.
This person is not okay.
right, everybody? Right? Just kidding. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
But also, unfollow me.
Okay, I'm done. I'm excited for that. I need more of the small book or the lesser known book reviews. So we'll be waiting eagerly for this video to come out.
Yeah. Well, you and another 2 people.
No, that'll be a popular video.
Oh, and I hope so because I'm going to have to actually cook for it, and it's going to be hard. I know for a fact this is going to be hard.
Your girl Rach will help you through. She's always there for us. She's rooting for you.
Yeah, we shall see if her skills as a teacher of cooking are just as good as her skills as a teacher of life.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you know.
You know how it is.
I put out so much crap.
Yeah, she does. We agree there, Rach.
This is my motto for the rest of the day.
I try my hardest to not work.
Listen, I am on board with that message. Please, fuck capitalism.
Bold-faced
that would
lie.
be my.
You love capitalism.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what you love? To see a person die.
What excites me most is see a person die.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Tony, I miss Tony.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
do a
saw-
video about
yeah.
Tony. I'm gonna do a video about Tony. Okay, so.
Oh, is there breaking news? Is
No.
something happening?
It's from like.
No.
It's from like 2006.
Tony was on impulsive. Like, what
Yeah.
the hell?
He sucks. You know what I was thinking? Because I was like thinking about it, and I was like, I pick on Rachel so much, so deeply, because obviously she's the most interesting of all of these people, in my opinion. But Tony gets so much slack, and she takes a lot of her stuff from Tony, like a lot of her manipulative tactics. So I'm like, it's time to put some more focus back on Tony. So that's what I'm doing next.
Yeah, go to the source.
The source, the daddy Anthony, daddy Ant.
Daddy Nelly. That was funny.
Daddy.
Yeah, I wonder which one of the kids was this.
That's Noah. Isn't it?
Is that Noah?
That's Noah, yeah. And the one at the bottom, there's another kid, right?
Yeah, that's I know that's Ford. I know him.
Well, let me see. A picture? Oh, yeah, that's Ford.
Yeah.
What about the arms? I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Rach's spices. Ooh.
Is dill in there?
I don't know. I moved on from it. Oh, there's picture. I like that she's just like monetizing the kids like early on. This is.
Oh, yeah. That's.
What's this? Do you need a picture of you and your kid in the cookbook?
Yep.
Is that necessary or?
That is, apparently.
Okay.
But
Well,
we should look for
that's it.
dill because in one of the podcasts, she said that Dave hates dill, like the spice dill, and that she would never cook with it because he didn't like it. And she didn't know that she was allowed to cook things with dill. When you're a wife, you're allowed to cook things with spices that your husband doesn't like. So look out for that. Yeah, because she's a
Not
good
just,
Christian
like,
wife.
Common sense.
She's a good
to,
Christian woman.
I feel like it would be common sense if you're cooking for multiple people to make sure that you don't poison them or you don't, include allergens or things they don't like. I don't think I would be like, oh my God, I was forced to put cheese on a salad because there were other people who like cheese. Ugh.
Well, she was telling, I think it was Lisa Billiou, she was telling him, she was like, I didn't know that I was allowed to like cook things that I liked.
She was so dumb. Like, I mean, that's why she's playing, right? She's playing super dumb.
Oh yeah. That's the new grift.
Like,
Have you
what
listened to
a
her
dumb
podcast
person.
about the mountain yet?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I kind of checked out from
I
her.
know. I have not. I have very much not checked out, unfortunately, yet. But if you have time, I highly, highly recommend that episode. We listened to it on the stream last night. It's episode. Hold on. It's like the second to last episode called "Choosing to Fail." It is an epic journey. Okay. If you have any, if you have any marijuana or shrooms available for you, you should take it and then listen to it, and you probably will enjoy it more.
Right. She chose to fail.
Yeah. She also experienced
Everything is in her control though. Like, there is no way that anything happened that was not in her control. She just knew. She just made it happen. She decided, I'm going to build a big company with 60 employees, and then I'm going to choose to fail so hard that the entire world hates me.
No, all of it's for a purpose. That God. This is how. Okay, this is a preview. This is how she describes God. Baby girl, you go. That's Rachel's impression of God.
It's becoming unhinged.
No, it's unhinged. It is beyond unhinged. That's why I recommend it.
Yeah.
So if you have some free time to get you in the mood to read Party Girl and the Rachel Hollis cookbook.
I don't know. I don't know if I have time for Party Girl, frankly, because I'm still working my way through Jordan Peterson.
Oh yeah.
But definitely the cookbook, I'm so excited to learn the recipe.
That'll be
If
good.
it's trash, I'm gonna be so mad because this is my only cookbook.
You can't mess up white bread with turkey. I think you're good. I think you'll be fine.
Put in dill, a bunch of dill.
Oh yeah. Here's another preview. A bunch of dill. Here's another preview for you. And then I said, brother, can you move? I'm not giving you any context other than Brother Buck. Brother, can you move? That's another Rachel Hollis line.
What?
You gotta listen, then you'll understand.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my God, Laura's so right. Cam.
I feel like I should listen now.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Laura. This is a new shelf. Not that on my previous shelves I had anything but trash self-help, but
Can you imagine like someone coming into your room and be like, "Oh, Cam, what's that? Oh, I have this cookbook and this old novel written by Rachel Hollis."
I will hide all the self-help books if I ever have a date, so that
Be
I
like,
don't get in trouble. Because they'll be like, "You like Jensen Cheryl?"
They'll be like, "Oh, you should have a Tony Robbins book or like an Andrew Tate book and just see." I don't know if he wrote a book or not, but
I actually did have Andrew Tate's Bible.
Perfect. And then you see what they say, and then that's the test: is whether you should continue to date them or not.
I've already started to do this
Okay.
on dates. I'm like,
Good.
do you know who Andrew Tate is? What do you think? Do you know who Jordan Peterson is? What do you think?
And they're like, "Yeah, I love them." They're lying. They have no idea who it is.
Yeah, exactly. But I think if somebody says yes and then they give me like
Reasons.
something, then I'm like, okay, it's time to go home.
It's time to go. I believe in equality. Get out.
Although
I'm an alpha woman.
I don't know how I feel about
Thank you.
Jordan Peterson. Oh my God! Sorry. This is I'm stretching this very much, but I don't know how I feel about Jordan Peterson being painted as Olivia Wilde's villain. She came out with the news that she based the villain character in her movie "Don't Worry, Darling" on Jordan Peterson, and then also there was recently, I think it was September, maybe like early in September, he went to see Ronaldo. Is that his name? The footballer.
Soccer player, yeah.
Yeah,
Football.
and everyone's like, "Oh my God, Ronaldo, gotta get canceled," blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, we're just kind of taking things a bit far. Like, people are allowed to meet up and talk. It's fine. We're not gonna just cancel everyone just for like running into Jordan Peters. Well, not that he ran into. Yeah, he asked him to come to his place and just to come to his place as if Ronaldo lives in like a neighborhood. Like, he owns probably like a neighborhood,
a city. Ronaldoville. Yeah, I think, and it's interesting to see it because like with when it comes to like that one like American football player, the guy who didn't get vaccinated, Aaron Rodgers, you can kind of tell his political views, or maybe not political views, but his like spiritual views, perhaps based on the people he was dating and also the podcast that he was going on, which was weird because he's like this all-American football player, but he would talk like he would date certain people who are like very into spirituality and like talk about it. So it's like seeing those pictures, it's not a cancellation. It's just sort of a clue into maybe what their mindset is, which I think is interesting. I don't think they should be like ridiculed necessarily for it, but I like to know like, ooh, you would like Jordan Peterson? Okay, like let me explore further.
But at the same time, I just kind of feel like I don't know where the line is with this, because Jordan Peterson was a therapist, right? He was a
psychologist. But I think his primary work was in school, or at least towards the end of his career. It was like in a college setting.
He was a professor at Toronto and I think Harvard, did he say?
I don't know about that. I know he was in Toronto.
Yeah, he was definitely at Toronto, but I think he may have taught some classes at Harvard or something, because he mentioned it. And he also had a private clinic. So it's just, I don't, if somebody is going through something and they want to speak to a psychologist and you're fucking Ronaldo and people are telling you, well, there's like a famous psychologist, who talks about men. They're like, I don't know if I can blame. Like, personally, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, like,
everyone should live their life, I think.
He's a football player, though. Like, I'm not expecting him to give me political takes and just like, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know. I think your own personal opinions about somebody, like being disappointed, is different than like publicly outing them and shaming them and saying they need to be, deplatformed or whatever. Because like Nadal, he's a tennis player. I forget his first name, like Robert Nadal. I don't know, something Nadal. But I don't know. I'm not a true fan.
Enrique?
I'm a Fairweather fan.
Alejandro
Nadal. All you need to know is Nadal. He is a supporter of fucking medical medium. I am entirely disappointed. And what is it?
Rafael.
Yes, I knew it. That's right. I knew it. I was like,
you knew it.
That was a test. That was a test for you. Rafael Nadal. He's sort of like goop centric. Like, I think it's more his wife, but he also goes and endorses like medical medium. I hate that, but I don't think he should not have the right to go and do whatever he wants to do. And that's probably gonna, and even like Tucker Carlson and Kanye, all of them, I think they should say whatever they want, but I want the ability to be able to criticize it as well. So that's my take.
Of course. But I don't think like Ronaldo said anything. That's why it was like a bit bizarre, because like he didn't say anything. He just had a picture with him and just like did this, like
seal of approval. The Nadal, Ronaldo.
Is it though? Like, it's just like two famous people meeting up. I don't know. It pissed me off to see that, because I'm like, I think that takes away from the actual like important conversations. It's like, we're just canceling things right and left just because like what they set sight on someone now. Like,
and it could be taken out of context too. Like, did they know each other? Was it just a picture that happened to happen? Like, if you don't know, it's like there's much more serious things.
He asked him to come for a conversation, and they spoke for roughly 2 hours. According to Peterson. But I don't think Peterson lies. I think that's not something I can really blame him of. He's problematic, but he's honest.
Isn't that one of the rules? It's like, don't lie. Well, at least don't purposely lie or something. Isn't that one of the 12 rules? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But it's like he's quite he seems like an honest guy, but he seems like a problematic guy. So but
Yeah.
I don't know. It bothered me to see that because it's like, okay, we have like real things to really discuss. And like in terms of like his conversation around people who are non-binary or people who are transgender, like that's an important thing to discuss. And
Yeah.
when you just kind of go like, ew, like this guy, met him, so therefore can't. I
Yeah.
just feel like it's
But
taking
where did
away
it
from
come
the
from?
main topic.
Who was saying that? Just like people on the internet, or was it like an outlet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people on the internet, and then obviously the news ran with it because
Yeah. Because it's
not?
interesting to, yeah. Yeah, I think that's too far. I think there's a nice happy medium in which you can take take it for what it is and use it to understand the bigger picture of where that person stands on things, perhaps, or not. Yeah, I don't think it's cause for any newsworthy at all.
no,
Personally.
it's not, and it just it kind of gives him ammunition when people really do
Totally.
criticize him.
Mhm.
Like when you have an actual debate and you're trying to really criticize him for some stuff that is real,
Yeah.
he's gonna, because that's what he did in that. I think this was during the interview with Piers Morgan, and he was like, oh yeah, but when people like Olivia Wilde base their characters on me and call me a villain, and then they cancel Ronaldo for meeting me and stuff. Like obviously he's gonna turn to those examples and be like,
Yeah.
see what they're doing to me, like,
And it does seem
and
extreme because it is. Yeah.
it is, yeah. And he's right in saying that, because I am sure, because he's a person too. I'm sure you feel attacked when you're being attacked.
Of course.
So obviously you go to some of the more things, some of the things that are in your favor rather than the ones that are not. And when you give him something so big, like,
Yeah, it's
he's
easy.
gonna run with it for a while.
Yeah, it's easy to get people on your side to go, well, would you want someone to base this on this or cancel because you took a picture? No. Okay, well, then I'm right about everything. Yeah, it gives
Yeah.
people an easier way to, make dumber arguments. The thing is, I don't know enough about Jordan Peterson nowadays. I heard like through the grapevine something with Olivia Wilde and something with Jordan Peterson. I did not look further into it yet, but that sounds interesting. Now I'm sort of intrigued because my only base of knowledge on Jordan Peterson is from when he was just starting out and 12 Rules for Life came out, and I did not dislike him. I was sort of on board. There were some things I was like, not my thing. I'm a woman, first of all, so I was like, that wasn't the target audience. But I was like, this guy's not a horrible, horrendous monster, but I could be changed into that way if I do more. Like, I haven't listened to him in years, so I don't know what crazy stuff. I know he cries a lot now, so
Yeah,
maybe it's
but
different.
people love it. People love that he cries.
I might love it too. I just don't know what the context is. Like, for what?
He's hard to hate. He is like, in terms of just when he's speaking, when he's kind of hard to hate because he usually has like a really good argument and like, very intelligent. It's like, it's very hard. You have to remain like logical. You have to be like, wait, let's talk. But obviously Piers Morgan was not going to be the guy to do that. And, so there's a lot of, missed opportunities. I think there was an interview a while ago with I can't remember what her name was, but she was like this blonde curly woman, British, I think. So I think it was on British TV, and that was he just ruined her argument big time. Oh wait, no, maybe Savvy. I don't know if Savvy's still here, but Savvy made a video about it like a long time ago. But
I remember that, and I didn't watch Savvy's video, but I did watch the original, and I was on his side pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because he makes
Yeah.
good points. So it's you have to remain logical and stuff.
Yeah.
You cannot get emotional because you lose your arguments there, and it's very hard to argue with him. But he does miss the point on occasions. I've
Yes,
noticed it,
and some of it
I think at
purposely,
least
I think.
yes, and I
Yeah.
think like he is not a person I would like to debate. Like, let's just say that.
No.
I would lose instantly because like he would just get me because I get emotional. So well, he does too, but I think it's more like just more like manufactured emotionability.
Yeah. Well, he also went through a lot of medical stuff. So I feel like after the medical, he was like in a coma in Russia for a while. So I think there's a before that and an after that. And I haven't followed his career much after when he was in a coma. So I think I need to catch up on him and like what he's up to now before I make like a full on like supportive or non-supportive statement. But, yeah, I think what I like about him from before is when he hears I think a lot of interviewers, and I've done this too, where you're trying so hard on your end to be good, say the right thing, to say it the right way, and you're focused on you. He really is listening to what you're saying and going, okay, what you're saying is this. And then the reporter or the interviewer seemed to be like not focused on what he was saying. They're just like on to the next thing or the next question. And it's sort of frustrating because it's like, he did bring up a pretty good point. What do you have to say about that? And they're just like, oh, no. And like, you know, and that's when I start to go, ooh, maybe he's right here.
Well, I think, you know, he definitely won that one. Let's just say. But I think that was a missed opportunity because I don't think that he won in terms of the argument is not won. He just won the battle, if that makes sense.
Sure.
With that person in that moment. But he's very, he comes at it from a very authentic place. He's like explaining what he thinks and just kind of doesn't really hide it. So it's not the same type of argument that you see from others, like, because I think people like Ben Shapiro or others, they can be a little flip-floppy, you know. They're just very like kind of going with the
tides.
Yeah, very much so. Like they change a lot, but Peterson stays kind of consistent in his beliefs, so it's kind of hard. He's really thought about them. Like he's got arguments.
I thought he was an atheist, and now he's like Christian, isn't he? Though that was kind of a new change.
I don't know. Like this book is a lot about the fucking Bible. I'm so irritated every time because like there's pages and pages on the Bible.
That's why I was surprised, I guess, because he seems like someone logical. Ben Shapiro too. Like the fact that he's like logic, or what does he say? Facts are not feelings, or feelings are not facts, and you have to focus.
Facts don't care about your feelings. I think it's his shtick.
Yeah, okay. And then when he was on Joe Rogan, like a long time ago, the first thing Joe Rogan asked him was like, so why do you practice Judaism? And he was like, or why do you wear the hat? You know, why do you wear the kippah, the yarmulke? And he's like, oh, because like this is what Jews believe. But he's like, well, that's not very logical. And Ben Shapiro just didn't say anything. And it was like, well, isn't religion completely logical? Especially rituals and things. Like, I mean, I'm not against them. I'm just saying really... It's not logically like sound.
But are we really? I mean, clearly we're not logical. We're emotional beings. I just don't know what the pretense is very big with Ben Shapiro. I think I don't know. Yeah. It's he doesn't like. I can listen to Jordan Peterson. I can read his book.
Yeah.
I would not be able to read Ben Shapiro.
I read a Trump book once.
Oh my God.
Before he was president. Can you believe that?
You should do a review.
I should. You know, the one thing I remember about Trump's book, I don't remember what it was called, but it was political, but it was before he was president. And it was like, he was so upset that Obama had outdated marble in the common area of the White House, so that when people came to visit the White House, like celebrities like him, like the marble was tarnished in some way, and what a disgrace to America that was. And I was like, whoa.
He didn't Obama have like a toilet made of gold?
That was Trump.
Oh,
that's Trump in his apartment.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, since Obama didn't have a toilet made of gold, it's like a big downgrade for him.
That's true. Yeah, but he spent like several chapters talking about like the drapery in this one specific room in the White House where he was allowed to go in before being president, that he was just distasteful.
Was that like ghost written by a woman?
Yeah. The dreary drabness of it.
Or by a gay man who cares about decor.
No, if you know Trump, he cares about shit like that. He cares like about the placement of the pitcher of water, about the carpet design. Like he cares about those aesthetic things, which is interesting. Yeah, that's
Really?
the type. Yeah,
Trump?
Yeah.
I thought he's dead inside.
Oh no, he's alive when it comes to interior design.
Okay, I think the ghostwriter might be.
Yeah, a lot about China. It's the worst. That was the book essentially.
Okay.
I ain't gonna be. I refuse to become a political channel. I do have political feelings, but like no, I will never go politics route. And then you play this clip back and be like, she lied. She covers politics all day. Yeah.
2 years from now, Kayla would be like fully on, being like, I want to be prime minister.
Yeah, I want to be prime minister of Canada. Can I do that? I don't think so. I can't be president because I wasn't born here, so that's out. I was born.
Oh
in
yeah,
Canada.
you can't be president if you're not a citizen. Or if
I'm a
you're not
citizen.
born.
You're just born. Even if you're born and you're like,
But you can go back to Canada and be a prime minister there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be better anyway. Much more chill. No paparazzis.
More money. More tax dollars. Oh, not really. More money here, really. The lobbying firms.
Oh yeah, there's probably a lot more money there. Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah. From big tobacco. Okay.
All of these MLMs would be paying you to keep them legal, and you would be like, yes, and then it would be like, oh my god, the fraud.
The fraud. Yeah. There
would be like documentaries made about you. Like from anti-MLM influencer to president who takes MLM bribe.
This is gonna sound horrible and stupid because I'll probably regret it as soon as if it ever does happen. But like having like a video, like an exposed video of me that would not be like insane, like would be like accurate or something, like not like she's a murderer and just be like all obviously lies, but like a really thought out one that would mean that like I have made some sort of impact on somebody. That's my dream. But also I'm scared of it.
I don't know if that means you made an impact or that you fucked up, but you chose.
I chose to fuck up. But no, like they just don't like what I do and what I say, and I just think that would be interesting to see someone else's take on it. Like I mattered to someone. I mattered. Yeah. Hold on.
President has to be 35 years old. No. President has to be 75 years
He has to be 135.
135 is more accurate.
It's a little known fact. Most people don't know this, that you have to be 135 to become president.
You've got to be on your deathbed to become president these days.
Yeah, they actually take your body and swap it out right before you take office. Make it look older.
They take your pressure if they feel like you're about to die. They're like, okay, you can go be president, go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep. Dead behind the eyes, alive in America. Our president.
Dead inside, dead behind the eyes. Unable to walk.
America.
And the more problematic, the better.
Yeah.
But hey, Britain is not exactly doing great either, so
Let's just reconnect with Britain. Let's just start all over. Forget the revolution. We take it back.
Well, Britain would jump at the opportunity right now, since they're running out of territories that they have colonized. So.
Yeah. King Charles, we want you back. We made a mistake.
Well, I don't know. Things are not exactly looking up here.
We'll keep your tea this time. We won't dump it into the ocean. We're sorry. Into the harbor. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Now we've gone off. 30 minutes too long.
Unhinged.
Unhinged version.
It's very late for me. It's like 10 past 11. So at this point, it's my last bit of
energy.
Thinking energy, yeah.
It's time to curl up with a good Rachel Hollis cookbook and call it a night.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this was great. Thank you guys for being here and for welcoming us back after a week's break.
Yes,
because
thank
of
you.
Kayla.
I know. I'm sorry. That was my bad. I was in California, if I didn't say that 50 times. And it was a lot of activities. Oh, did I tell you that I saw Keanu Reeves in person?
Oh, now he is hot.
Yeah. He's like 50 something. He could be president. Yeah, he's
Give
good
him
looking.
another 40 years.
Give him another 100 years and he'll be president as well. And I saw Judd Apatow and I got to see Phoenix and
Judd
Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay. I don't know Phoenix. If I maybe.
That's a band.
Yeah,
It's really
I
good.
don't
They
think
sing that one, Listomania. Girl, like a ride, like a rider.
This was all a ruse, y'all. She just wanted to sing. She was like, how do I end this with a song?
Not easily offended. Yeah. That's my goal always. At least one time, be able to sing a little song. Sing a little ditty.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. My highlight was certainly the SNL skit. So
That was pretty funny. Yes. Thank you. And thank you for watching my high school performances. And
you are welcome. That
and
was
not.
I thank
leaving.
you actually for bringing that to my life.
You're welcome. I'll keep finding more as time goes on. There's
Yeah,
files
good.
and files everywhere in my house of
The
my
archives.
work. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
bye everybody.
see you guys.
See
Peace
ya.
and light.
Woo. See ya.
Bye.